Good morning. Commissioners, Chief Choi, Madam Secretary, Acting Inspector General Joseph LaPierre, Mr. City Attorney Carlos De La Guerra, members of the public. Today is Wednesday, August 21st, 2024. It is 8:02 a.m. This is a special meeting of the Los Angeles Board of Police Commissioners. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Good morning. Please let the record reflect Commissioner Suthers, Shields, Calanche, and Garcia are present, and we have a quorum, Mr. President.
Thank you. We welcome everyone attending this morning. The Police Commission is committed to ensuring equal access to its meetings. It is requested that individuals who require the services of a translator contact the board secretary no later than the day preceding the meeting. Whenever possible, a translator will be provided. Sign language interpreters, assisted listening devices, or other auxiliary aids and/or services may be provided upon request. All public comment will be heard during item number 1 on the agenda. We will dedicate a total of 45 minutes, up to 45 minutes, for public comment. Members of the public will have 1 minute for the agenda item. The order of speakers will be a speaker in this room will go first. Then we will take a speaker watching today's meeting on Zoom. We will alternate between speakers in the room and Zoom for up to a total of 45 minutes. Members of the public who participate in public comment are reminded they can speak to any item on the agenda or a matter within the jurisdiction of the Board of Police Commissioners. Public comment is your opportunity to address the board, so you are free to express your opinions on matters before the board and to generally express when you disagree with other opinions expressed. However, directing your comments to other individuals who have spoken or attacking others who have expressed their opinions shall be deemed off-topic, and your public comment period will be concluded. Members of the public, if you choose to participate in the public comment portion of the agenda, you can participate in this meeting in a number of ways outlined on the agenda. Message for those attending the meeting in person. These meetings are regular meetings between the board, the department, and key stakeholders. Meetings with the Board of Police Commissioners are open to the public. The state's Ralph M. Brown Act affords the public the opportunity to be present at the meetings, hear the presentations, dialogue in real time, and provide feedback via the public comment period. During these meetings, there is a need for the board to carry out public business expeditiously without delays or disruptions. Members of the audience shall not engage in any conduct which causes an actual disruption of the meeting. Those attending in person, you are reminded that disruptive behavior will be cause for removal. If you disrupt this meeting, you will be provided with only one warning to cease disruptive behavior. If you fail to cease such behavior, you will be removed from the meeting. All attendees must be seated. Failure to follow this rule will result in a warning and/or removal from the meeting. At this time, we'll move to the public comment period. Madam Secretary, please call the first speaker.
The first speaker on Zoom is Steve Riley.
Good morning.
Good morning. You have 1 minute.
Thank you. Yesterday, I signed in to have my 3 minutes of public comment, and I was deprived of that 3 minutes. I signed in and waited patiently, and towards the end of the meeting, it was announced by Madam Secretary that there were no other speakers. I was there waiting. Was that censorship? I called the Inspector General to take a look at this. What is going on? This is not the first time this has happened to me or others have made the same allegation. If you run into 45 minutes as a deadline, then mention it. It's 45 minutes as a deadline. But people who show up in person or who do take the time to sign in should be given their time to speak and be heard. You are the voice of the public, the police commission. You must hear from the public. But you must enforce the laws, by the way, and the rules. There have been major disruptions. If you don't enforce the rules and laws, they're just words on a piece of paper. God bless the LAPD.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have Mona M.
Good morning, and thank you for the time to be able to speak to the commission on the appointment of the new chief of police, hopefully. Chief Choi, I know you've been there interim, and it has been a wonderful thing having you there. We, as a community, have been trying to warn you of a death-causing cult, the Church of Scientology. I am hoping that the new chief will please put this on the task force so that way a death-causing case can be heard about this. We don't want to have to keep talking about this. Thank you for your time, and I yield back my time.
Okay, thank thank you. Next, we have Mac.
Yes, can you hear me?
Hi, yes, you have 1 minute?
It's Mark. Los Angeles needs a non-political, pro-law and order chief who will objectively execute the duty of upholding law and order, since partisan politics have all but destroyed our city and its residents' faith in government. Criminals are systematically given consideration above victims and officers. The gender and color of a person have been given precedence over competence and the ability to do their job. And politics has all but replaced common sense and common ground, creating a dangerous and manufactured divide between us. Homelessness is not a crime, but crimes committed by homelessness still are. Both things can be true at once. Every officer involved shooting, though tragic, is not inherently racist. Both can be true at once. Mayor Bass and commissioners, please choose an objective chief for all of us. Someone with broad experience who has a record of success cleaning up other cities. A person from outside the malaise of LA politics who can clean up the department and the city.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have Audit LA.
Good morning. Basically putting you on notice that I intend to sue the city of LA because I found proof that LAPD had absolute knowledge, because Scientology did send them a copy of the permit that states specifically that pedestrians were not, that were allowed through the closed area, that they're permitted for their event closures. I was threatened with arrest if I was going to go through, on the supposed closed side, even though I had the right to be there. And your officer, one of your officers told me said, no, I was not allowed. And even though I'm in a chair, I was told to go around the other area where it was not passable. And so I am letting you know now, I'm hoping your next chief will look deeper into the collusion between LAPD and Scientology. And I do intend to sue for my deprivation of rights by your office, by
Okay, thank you. Next, we have Philip Tabby.
Good morning, Commission. We need a new chief. Hamilton, we cannot trust at all. We have Bobby Arcos. We do not want anybody from George Gascon's office. That would be the biggest mistake. You got people in the command staff such as Carranza running with scandal after scandal. We don't need that as a chief of police. We don't need any of our current command staff officers. I just don't think they're ready. And some of them, like Hamilton or Carranza, absolutely shouldn't have it. There's really only one choice who has experience, who already has a plan, someone that could work with all the people. We also need a chief that will not retaliate against officers or the people. I was retaliated against. There are command staff and senior leads that have been retaliated against, and that needs to be fixed. Also, please look into why the people are protesting at Foothill Station and why Lozano promoted that guy. It's wrong.
Okay, thank you. Mr. President, that was our final speaker.
Thank you very much. The commission will now recess into closed session. Thank you.
The Board of Police Commissioners will now recess into closed session to discuss item number 2A in accordance with Government Code 54957.
The commission has completed closed session. Item number 2A on the agenda was discussed. The board has discharged its duties as set forth in the city charter, section 575, subsection A, and will be forwarding a list of recommended candidates to the mayor. With that, I would move that we adjourn today's meeting. Is there a second?
I second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you very much. The meeting is adjourned.